Hi everyone, welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me on my Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. This is the daily forecast for all signs. It is originally created for Thursday, August 25th. It is not solely set for that date. If you're seeing it on a different date and it makes sense, by all means use the reading. It is a broad spectrum collective reading for anyone who sees it, so I do speak in broad terms. You need to figure out if and where it fits in your world. If it does, great, utilize it. If it doesn't, that's okay too. Nothing's broken or wrong. It just may not be your reading. For those of you that are new, please check out the drop-down menu underneath any of the daily videos. In there is things I want you to think about, ways to support the channel, what decks I'm using, how to contact me on social media for a private reading. Easy ways to support the channel: hit the thumbs up button if you enjoy the content, subscribe, share the video out, and leave me a question or comment. I greatly appreciate all of that. And let's see what the card is for the day. And our card for today is the Queen of Cups. I love it. I like that she follows after yesterday's Knight of Pentacles, because Knights serve Queens. Pentacles is complementary to Cups, right? Queens represent Cups as being the feminine aspect of the court cards, right? So we have cups upon cups, essentially, with the Queen of Cups here. She's highly intuitive, often emotional, very much tuned into her emotions, creative, loving, kind, compassionate. We could be feeling all types of feels today, not necessarily in a bad way. We might be feeling sort of nostalgic, compassionate, loving towards situations. We could be feeling sad or maybe forlorn, missing someone. But the Queen of Cups will show us how to sort of work with our emotions and use them in a way that is productive, intuitive, aware, and successful ultimately, right? She's going to lead with more compassion and kindness than anything else. So even if this is a day of taking care of ourselves and looking at ourselves and where we're at emotionally, certainly we're set up for success with her presence being here. Underpinning this is the Six of Wands, and that Six of Wands to me is about, public notoriety or being noticed, seen for who we are and celebrated. Maybe we're just, even if it's not from a public perspective, maybe it's just us celebrating ourselves and how we feel. The Queen of Cups would definitely embrace our emotions and pay more attention to the emotional signals that we're getting today. Oftentimes, she can be associated with being psychic or having really strong intuition around a situation. So pay attention to the feelings that you're having within a given situation or with a person or whatever. If they're warm and nostalgic and lovely, then that's good. If they're feeling off or kind of making you wonder, is this the right thing? Is this not? Listen to that urging is kind of what I would think. She won't lead you astray. She's oftentimes associated with the water signs because she is the Cups suit. So we could be dealing with a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, or if we have planets in those signs, we could be dealing with those influences in our lives, right? Where certain houses or planets that are in water signs for us could be acting up or causing us to feel touch base, and not necessarily in a bad way, just making us feel a little bit more emotionally centered today, a little bit more about taking inventory of how we feel rather than, what we think or what we desire, right? Yesterday's Knight of Pentacles to me feels like he's still around. He doesn't just disappear, right? When we see him, and I forgot to mention in yesterday's reading too that Virgo season is upon us, so it's nice to see such a heavy earth sign come in on Virgo season. He's going to support her, right? I still feel like he kind of is in the background. So she's a nice balance to his masculine earthiness. She is very much feminine water, so. And then underneath both of them is that Six of Wands, which should feel celebratory. It should feel acknowledging ourselves, whether that's us doing it for ourselves or being acknowledged by outside sources. Allow yourself to be seen, right? Heard, felt, definitely felt with the Queen of Cups. Even if it's just our own self coming to terms with our feelings or, shifting. I feel like this is a very positive card, though. I'm not getting this vibe that it's un, like an overwhelm. Sometimes she can represent emotional overwhelm, but to me, I feel like she's definitely standing strong in who she is and owning who she is. So own your emotions and how you feel. When is the moon in? Oh, the moon will be in Leo. Interesting. Okay. So I say own it emotionally and don't run from your feelings about a situation. And I don't think that it's necessarily got to be negative feelings. It can just be emotional in general. If there's some like melancholy or forlornness, ask yourself, go a little bit deeper and ask yourself why. Why are you feeling that way? Um, and embrace it on a certain level. That's the Queen of Cups. She's not going to deny her emotions. She's going to be clear on how she feels and adept at working with those feelings and allowing those feelings to indicate her decisions, right? And so we might be finding ourselves making decisions from more emotional places, but try and make sure that we are making them from emotionally balanced places rather than emotionally sort of unbalanced places. So let's look at the Shamanic Medicine Oracle cards and see what we have today. Ooh, new one. I love it. This is four-legged and endurance. Now, the first thing I think about this is this gives off super earth vibes because it's animals of the earth, and four-legged makes me think of 4 feet on the ground, right? Fours to me are also about stability. In the sense of like foundations and being stable, being firmly planted. The earthy tones of this card too, the oranges and browns and darker browns, make me feel like this is definitely an earth related card. We'll read the description. We haven't seen this yet. And this endurance also makes me think of that sort of Knight of Pentacles energy from yesterday, which is that idea of holding strong to what we feel and know to be true within ourselves with this Queen of Cups, and allowing our emotional barometer to be our strength, to be our endurance, to get us to that place of well-being. Remember, the grounding stone for this week is that idea of peace and pursuing that peace. We could be working today on attaining that through enduring or being strong and facing our emotions or owning our emotions in a way that we never have before and celebrating them to a degree with that Six of Wands underpinning all of this, right? That fire and that acknowledgement that the Six of Wands brings with it. I love that wolf is staring us dead in the face. We have the horse, which would be power. That bison is certainly a strong animal. So there could also, and I'm going to say this too, because the Queen of Wands the Queen of Cups is here. There could be signs from the animal kingdom. I'm just kind of feeling that way. The other day we had that freedom card, which was about arithromancy or whatever, like divination through birds. And I swear to God, if it wasn't the very next day, because I take these a day ahead of time, the day that the video aired, I saw a cardinal. There was doves all around. There was a lot of like bird activity, hearing birds. And I noticed it and I was like, that's funny because that's totally what the card was from yesterday when I filmed. And it's happening today. So I was trying to pay attention to the birds. Today, I feel like let our animals around us or the animal kingdom insert itself upon us and give us symbols. The Queen of Cups is going to emotionally be able to intuit, read, and access them, utilize them to her advantage, and even maybe call some of that power in, right? So if we have certain power totem animals that we work with, call them in today and utilize those feelings and the strength of those feelings to give us the strength to endure situations or find success within situations and to remain grounded and steady as we progress through them. Being very clear on our feelings and what we need through this time. And that would be some of the self-care aspect of the Queen of Cups. So let me read four-legged to you. Endurance. Animal spirits have walked with you since birth. They protect, guide, and wish to remind you that you can call upon their medicine at any time. They are offering you the endurance you need to carry on. They may also come to you in the physical form, so look out for visitations from a four-legged, such as a cat, dog, deer, or horse. They can turn up at any time with a meaningful message, and it is wise to acknowledge them as well as any four-legged animals that appear from the spirit world. Just because these power or totem animals aren't in their physical form doesn't mean that they don't exist. And I was just thinking that too, because as I was reading that where they were saying, watch out for a dog, cat, or horse, I know that sometimes animals can show up to us in print, in magazine articles, in our day, without actually physically being like in a pasture in front of us, guys. So keep that in mind if you see a horse on a, on a truck next to you as you're thinking a thought. Horses represent power. What is the thought that you're thinking? Like connect them, right, intuitively through this Queen of Cups. So it doesn't, they're saying that, we can take symbols of four-legged animals that show up even in non-physical forms around us visually. Okay, so keep that in mind. The energy lives in their energy lives in the other worlds, and they are very much alive. This card reminds you to ask for assistance and to be open to the animals around you. Hone their energies as they offer you the medicine they hold as a helping hand. Call upon the four-legged who can give you the strength required to push forward now. Four-legged revealed. Four-legged ones have always been our faithful friends and animal totems. Within many shamanic traditions, it is believed animal spirits walk with us from the time we are born. Their power, coupled with that of the shaman, is powerful medicine indeed. They aid in self-discovery and are a big part of our lives, seen and unseen. Other divinatory meanings. You have a special gift and affinity with animals. Consider working with animals in some form. Your power animal is waiting to meet you in dreams and through meditation. An animal would benefit from your company and healing work. Four-legged speaks. I'll greet you from the other side. Journey within and go for a ride. Endurance requires strength and valor. It comes to you. Hear the lions roar. So it's interesting to me because it says hear the lions roar, and we have this large cat up here, right? Whether it's probably a lion, maybe a tiger, but hear the lions roar. The moon is in Leo, right? And we just exited Leo season, so it's interesting to me. And then the moon would oftentimes be closely associated with the sign or the water signs of Cancer and Pisces, which would be the Queen of Cups wheelhouse. Paying attention to our dreams, our intuition, and calling upon these spirit animals or these guides to us and seeing where they pop up in our day and what they indicate could be really powerful medicine for us today. So keep that in mind. Let's go to the grounding stone. I'll also say this, there's definitely, I like that there's sort of a connection to these cards. Like, hold on one second. Like, this connection to me is about feeling connected to not only ourselves emotionally, but also to the natural world around us in our environment. That's the four-legged animal thing in regards to this four-legged card. So the grounding stone today is to enjoy. So that's where the emotions of this queen, although for some of you it may be melancholy or contemplative, I don't necessarily get that it's all bad. It could be about tapping into the things that bring us joy and really channeling that. That can help us to attain that peace that is the underpinning goal of this week. Finding the joy and enjoying ourselves emotionally, celebrating, that would be the Six of Wands, and understanding our true strength from within, right? By calling upon our connection to the natural world or the graces that it gives to us, being aware of it and tuned to it and in touch with it emotionally. Feeling those emotions and really enjoying them, celebrating them, honoring them, acknowledging them. That's all Six of Wands underneath this, right? And Wands is the spirit. So connecting our emotional self, our earthbound self, and our spiritual self all together and celebrating that is really the key to finding that enjoyment and attaining that peace. That is your forecast for the day. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys want me to continue with these decks for next month. I'm kind of wondering if I should. I don't really have much inspiration as to new decks. So either send me new decks or let me know if you want to continue with these decks. I'm really loving these readings. Have a great day. Bye-bye.